enable Lucas. If the Lucas doesn't get a snowball going at the start, if the Lucas gets shut down at the start, it is an easy game for Geek Fam. So that's what we're going to have to pay attention on. Ladies and gentlemen, turn number 1 will be very big value for both teams. Geek Fam want to shut the Lucas down ASAP, and TLID want to get the Lucas rolling ASAP.
And it's time to stake the second spot in the playoffs with the King of Kings. Will it be the Cavalry or will it be the Fams? To secure that one, it's TLID versus Geek Fam.
It's round 1, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the land of Dawn. And let's see, day number 2, who gets it first?
We'll have to take a look at it. Make kids with a killing spree on the Suyo. I'd expect against a tankier lineup to go for Impure Rage, but it's been an MPL favorite just to go for a killing spree. That additional movement speed, the reset you get, it's a bit too valuable.
I'm thinking like, you said, in the early game, Rico, it's going to be very important, but in the late game too, I think TLID has some tricks in their mind, especially if they know how to play the Moskov, and they have a much better global presence in the chip. And there's no Valentine on the other side, so it's super hard too in the late game, I feel like, for Geek.
I think with the macro control, definitely. But when it comes to damage, I think they are going to lack a bit of that. Geek Fam, they have a boy with the Zaz, they have Suyo, and then a Granger. All of them scale pretty well too. Meanwhile, for the side of TLID, Lucas still holds up quite well in the late game damage-wise, but it gets hard to really dive in, right? Moscow is probably the main damage source later on. Jusin will fall off compared to the Zask. That's why main condition for TLID, even though, yes, they can play in the late game, would still be to win out early with the Lucas. If they get that, then it's prime win condition.
At the end of the Boloisky.
Potential engage here. Let's make kids go and engage. That's
No way.
Fabian stunned up. First blood. Witty flickers out. Geek Fam. They get the early double. A knock up though from Yeheskel. Boy will not be able to. Oh, good flicker on that. But it's going to be a 2 kills for Geek Fam. Early one.
That is not a Weedy and Fabian kind of like play, especially in the early game. They are doomed right from the get-go, Mirko.
We were talking about how the early game was going to be important. Badang killing Boloisky at the start of the game is not that important unless Badang actually, walks up and gives it to you. This gives Geek Fam a way to not go for the neutral objective and still be on the winning end of the trade.
See though, Geek Fam, they want to fight. Immobilize, that's going to be AOG capsuled. But that's going to be Arondo still taken down in the back lane. It's going to be Veloisky.
Oh my
That's
God!
going to be the damage from Mates and Gobs. Enough to take Fabian down. Witty has no flicker. Geek Fam knows about this. That's going to be Witty isolated. And that's going to be the teleportation though. Perhaps TLID, they want to turn this around. Mates will fall. And TLID actually damage controlling.
Yeah, despite them picking up the turtle, I feel like in the trade just now is still favoring towards Geek Fam.
Uh-oh, no shortcut, so Witty is just cleared. Oh, he actually ends up clearing that too. Aaron Shiki didn't get a shutdown, didn't get that much gold, he only got an assist, so I think Kanziski won it out in the end, and Geek Fam are definitely the ones who got the dub. The shutdown was on Yeheskel, not on the main damage dealers.
And the early game potential of the Lucas is stripped down by half right now, with Fabian already dying 2 times in a span of 3 minutes. Looking at the talent prediction though, it looks like most of us in the, it's in English desk, it's all Geek Fam.
Yep.
But
Ranger has
Kabe
English today.
and Lim Kocho is they're trusting Cavalry.
This is going to get real tough, boys, because remember, if Fabian doesn't get the early game lead, if Geek Fam somehow get the lead and get to their mid-game power spike fast enough, the Moskov won't be online yet, and the Lucas will have lost that early game value. That's, again, prime win con for Geek Fam. That's why Turtle 1 was going to be important. But I guess it won't be if Geek Fam didn't contest but got 2 kills at the start.
Yeah. Second turtle though, I think this is going to be a bit of a different story. I think TLID will know what to do at this time after the mess up in the first one. And mind you that Geek Fam is one of the known teams to see let when they are not really in the advantage. But that's true. Looking at the economy, Geek Fam has some fighting chance.
I mean, it looks like they are the ones controlling it right now. Gops spread already. Yeah. Good control for Geek Fam.
5 men already committed in the Turtles area. TLID though will send Aaron Shiki top lane and perhaps using the SOD if it connected. If it connects, then yeah, they will fight. Let's see though. Geek Fam will commit on towards the turtle. Iran AOG made kids perfectly timed on that turtle. Iran though now he is stuck. It's gonna be Iran free kill for Geek Fam.
I don't understand the plan of Iran goes in because
Me neither.
there are no follow-up. And you know right from the get-go when Iran was like trapped in the pit, they're just completely letting go of Iran. Looks like a bad gamble for me.
I mean, I guess they get a little bit of value with Aaron Shiki free farming up top. They'll get a turret as well, but Geek Fam are so quick with the rotations too, and they'll be able to get a turret.
Oh, Witty. One man conceal. That's confusing. That's a shortcut though. That's gonna be, take a look at the damage from Fabian. 2 members almost taken down. Yaskiel giving damage, providing it towards Gobs. But no casualties from both teams.
Whoa.
This is actually, again, really good for Geek Fam. They were able to bait out. Makids was in the mid lane, and now they get a turret to trade it up top. Meanwhile, they don't give anything back.
And Beluski watch out, SOD Kensiski.
If he takes it, he's in big trouble. Oh, never mind. God's recalled.
He's playing with Fireman. Even in the last game with Alter Ego, some questionable but eventually successful SODs by Aaron Shiki. But looking at the in-game equipment miracle by Dunia Games, what do you see?
Well, really quick War Axe, honestly, for the Suyo. First item, Rush. He's on the way to the Hunter Strike next here. And yeah, the fact that he's 1,000 gold ahead means that it's going to be really good. The thing is, for Lucas... okay. They're going to look for a siege in the mid lane first.
Let's say 2 members just defending. Witty from the flanks finds Kenziski. Shortcut not committed just yet. It's still on cooldown. At this point, it's still just 1,000 gold between them. It's a 1v1 jungler.
Naruto!
Shortcuts for members definitely will be enough to take Makids down. Geek Fam, what do they look for? Witty again with the conceal in the mid lane. Around very low on AOG. Defensively, Fabian from the flanks. Finding 2 members as SOD lands on Yeheskiel. That's a stun onto Skanziski. But that's Witty. Not enough damage to take him down.
That's a lower accurate Naruto for you, killing Sasuke in the end.
Great value. Great teleportation by Witty. That's more like it for TLID. Compared to the early game skirmishes that just felt really too messy, too scrambly. Now they're back to where they want to be. This is where TLID wants to be at the start of the game with Turtle 1, but it kind of got delayed with Turtle 2 being taken with the 2 kills they had to give away. Now they're back. I was about to say, the thing is about Suyo compared to Lucas. Lucas is very much team fight based. Like, you need to look for team fights to get the lead. Suyo can play in the side lane, can control, can, you know, utilize that mobility, the 2 flickers that he has built in his kit to get the farming advantage, the XP advantage. We're seeing a little bit of that despite the 2 turtles that Fabian has taken. Makids is still comfortably ahead. But TLID are doing a really good job now, again, with the macro power, the side control, with Aaron Shiki on the Moskov.
Yeah, I feel like when you're trying to deal with the silence for Geek Fam right now, the only possible way to kind of like anticipating... gotta watch out first.
Will they commit to this fight? It's just Iran though. Seems like Iran has enough range to get out of that.
Witty.
Geek Fam in the mid lane, AOG, Kenziski very low. Still survived though. That's gonna be below. Finding 2-man stun, no follow-up. It's still 5v5 now. Glue mounting Fabian. Iran falls first. Geek Fam, they reposition. Witty. What? Questionable engage there. Will be punished. 2 members from TLID got wiped.
I don't know, man. Witty, like, you're the wise, but you're my boy too. But I feel like right now we have to take away the moniker of Witty the Wise.
Whoa! They can force them fight again. Mid lane will fall. TLID finally backing away.
There's some questionable things that Witty done this game, Mirko.
I understand, in a way. They don't want to give mid-tier 1 for nothing, but it wasn't going to be for nothing. It was at least going to be for a holy defense down below. TLID are really misunderstanding, and they're really misunderstanding their win condition, it seems. Again, they have the control, they have the advantage when it comes to side lanes, but they're not using it as much. Yes, they got a tier 2 down below, but there was no reason for them to fully commit into a team fight where, again, Geek Fam have built their composition around. They built their composition around playing with these team fights, waiting for the shortcut to come in. That's why they went for the Zosk as well. The safer choice compared to the Sicilian, because you can just get in, hide in your shell, and do damage. 1,610 gold ahead for Makids. That's going to be massive. The guy who's right now in the spotlight, really looking for the flank. Kenziski is 1,000 gold behind but he's hit the item power spike faster than the Moskov because Moskov is very expensive. With him.
The conceal, good cancellation, make it finds it. Lord. SOD lands at Gobs very low. He's stunned up now, a boy figures out. Gobs now will be sacrificial lamb. My goodness, good stun. That's gonna be Yeskiel collecting the kill. Fabian falls as well. Yeskiel is on a rampage, getting the double. That's gonna be TLID. Somehow finding more on the board.
They find more right now, but the debate of whether that was worth it for Geek Fam depends on how they use this Lord. Currently, they're down about 600 gold lead. Lead that can be chased in a flash.
Again, most of the gold is on the hands of Aaron Shiki, it seems. The guy who's just been farming up a storm. A level ahead against Kenziski, and it looks like they're going to be going for full clear.
This is the right call. Makers looking for an engage. Lord now, practically 50% HP. Aaron Shiki will make sure that the Lord treads down. Yeski finds the right connection, and Aaron Shiki goes down. Yeski now very low. Kenziski finds a shutdown. Fabian damage control finds one. AOG lands on towards Gobs, and Gobs will not be able to take the heat, and he will fall alongside Fabian. Geek Fam will look for more. They still have the super minions in play, but that will be Geek Fam again with the trade.
And there you go, that's the answer. Courtesy of Beloyski's brilliance, man. I thought the potential of this guy is going to be stripped in half with not using the Cho, but on the Badang, he's still as dangerous.
The shortcut, Make It still has a dash. Witty has to conceal, and good night, Make It. Yeskiel again, collecting the shutdown.
Great shutdown for TLID, at least a bit of recovery. But again, Geek Fam got all the value in that skirmish. I gotta give props to the Suyo, by the way. Makis, the way that he's been playing in these team fights, really well played up against the Lucas. He's just been waiting for the cooldowns. Once Lucas used skill 1, it becomes a pretty vulnerable pick. Usually, in the Suyo versus Lucas matchups, the reason Lucas is able to outpower Suyo is because of the CC immunity and the displacement of skill 1 that cancels your hold down Soul Sever, that cancels your hold down Blade Surge, and it makes it really difficult to just skirmish. But if the Suyo has a few frontliners to take that damage to bait out those abilities, he can just come in and clean up, just like what we saw from Makids earlier. But again, for TLID, it looks like right now they're just gambling in the fights. It doesn't really look too clean, despite the fact that they have that macro control. And this has been kind of a repetitive problem for TLID. That can be a problem, but can also be really good. It's also a gamble. It's the fact that they never go Purify. All the way from like their, I think 2 matches ago, they just never want to go Purify. They always go Flicker, even up against a very heavy CC lineup. They want to try to outplay their opponents instead of trying to play the safe game.
It's a good thing and a bad thing at the same time. The confidence in the
double-edged sword.
Yep, for sure. It really depends on how these players are executing it. When you are Prime Onyx, you can do that, but right now, TLID, they're not on that level just yet. And they need to get to that level because they are the representative of Indonesia. Witty.
Shortcut. Shortcut. That's going to be all of the members from TLID joining forces. That's a good stuff, though. The boy goes down. Naked's finally joining the fight, but perhaps might be a little too late. With the concealed Witty, look for something. Fam, they know they are man down, and this, I think this is going to be an opportunity for TLID to really commit on the Lord.
It's a big opportunity, but right now, Witty's trying to just zone on some of the members away from the Lord. Aaron Shiki, Spirit of Misery.
Let's see, 5 feet forward still. Geek Fam there, looking for an angle to perhaps penetrate the, again, looking for the angles, looking for the right opportunities. That's a stun on towards one. Gobs again. Make it finding the kill. It's a 4v4 now. Gobs very low. Yes. My goodness, Gobs! He shredded down. Kenziski, though, will find the trade. And Geek Fam, they will this time move on towards the Lord.
Usually you say, "Lu bukan Baloy." This one is like, "Lu bukan Sans." Yeskiel. Witty.
Oh, my goodness. Shortcut is there, though. Aaron Shiki will find the trade. Romer for Romer. Kenziski, sharpshooter. He will find the kill. Aaron Shiki, though, jumps back in. Desperate plays made, desperate calls, and Geek Fam, they will find the wipeout and the Lord.
Scratch the Lubukan Sans. At this point, Lubukan Liquid, they are not playing like Liquid ID. They're playing a different game entirely. This is uncharacteristic for TLID. for Geek Fam as well, to be honest, but it's working well for Geek Fam. They have really just outplayed TLID in every step of the way. Or have TLID been the ones to outplay themselves, making these highlight plays? We kind of foreshadowed a little bit of that. We were talking about how everyone wants to look for those TikTok highlight plays, but this is another level entirely.
Is this a TikTok server by now? I don't know. It's right now, you said Goni, desperate measures, I don't know what to say.
Desperate measures,
but they're not desperate at all.
Yeah.
They have a lot of leeway to play around with the Lord, but they're just ignoring it. Meanwhile, Fabian, top lane.
Let's see, 1v1 jungler. This time it's... Oh my goodness, respect it! 1v1, and Maidkids finds the kill. Geek Fam now 5v4 with the Lord. Without the Lord this time, they still have chances. 2 base turrets down. TLID only have a base turret to play with. So he lands onto his Kanzinski. And Ranchika this time will take it slow. Charge it pop. Oh my goodness. Damage is definitely enough to take Witty down. Maidkids now looking for an angle. Aaron Shiki does the job to clear the minions. But
10 seconds.
Geek Fam will look for the turret. 3 base turrets down and out. It seems like they should back away, but they do have a minion wave to play around with. No Witty, 5v4 still. Looking for the NAOG. Doesn't land. Gobs now will go back. Geek Fam, is this the right call to stay in the base? Gobs flickers out a run. Loses the mortality, but that's going to be a very low Fabian. Finds the angle. Aaron Shiki, Wind of Nature pop. Kanzinski will blew the immortality out of Aaron Shiki. And that's going to be Aaron Shiki taking down Kanzinski. Good positioning, and he will find the triple. Ladies and gentlemen, for the second time in this game, Geek Fam has wiped TLID out.
I think TLID wiped them by themselves. They're just handing it on a silver platter to Geek Fam. Hey, here's your win con. This is how you win the game. Please capitalize on it. I don't understand. This is not Team Liquid ID in Season 14. Way different.
A ridiculous turn of events.